What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. This will be a spoiler-free review for Goosebumps The Vanishing, which is the second season to the Disney Plus show that debuted back in 2023, reviving one of the most beloved gateway horror IPs known to mankind from R.L. Stine. Now, Goosebumps The Vanishing begins with fraternal twins Devin and Cece adjusting to life with their recently divorced dad, Anthony, played by the wonderful David Schwimmer. When the duo discovers a threat stirring, they quickly realize that dark secrets are among them, triggering a chain of events that unravel a profound mystery. As they delve into the unknown, Devin, Cece, and their friends Alex, CJ, and Frankie find themselves entangled in the chilling tale of four teenagers who mysteriously vanished in 1994. So, if you've read my tweet, you probably already have an idea where this is going, but Goosebumps The Vanishing is slightly better than its inaugural season. That doesn't mean this format should continue, because I think it's time to stop doing this. They're basically doing a false take on the anthology show that many diehard fans would love to see, like we got in the 90s. Despite trying to be relatable and modern, this is just as uneven as what we got in 2023, despite being, again, slightly better. We kick off during 1994 in Brooklyn with these group of friends who uncover something dark, and then we jump to 2024. Twins Devin and Cece are spending the summer with their father, Anthony, who wants them to stay out of the basement. 5 words that bring a smile to my face, as I'm sure it will every diehard Goosebumps fan who not only loves that book, but also loves the original episode that aired in the 90s. Cece is supposed to be starting debate camp soon. She's stressed about college, so standard Gen Z things, I guess. Devin is a bit of a troublemaker, doesn't have an idea of really where he wants to go in life, it seems. He's in need of help, got suspended for fighting at school, and also is in need of a summer job. Anthony is juggling drama with his neighbor while trying to figure out what happened 20 years ago, and takes care of his mother, who is battling dementia. Devin and Cece's summer quickly becomes this sci-fi adventure spent with what I will call a venom-like substance that will connect the missing teens to their now unfortunate present. Most of the first episode establishes dynamics between Devin, Cece, and their friend group made up of CJ, Frankie, Trey, and others whose names I'm drawing a blank on right now. Dynamics that do assist in making these teens semi-relatable, but their drama and side quests is quite literally the cure for insomnia. A triangle between Frankie, Devin, and Trey being the worst side quest of them all. Hollywood's efforts to capture Gen Z continue to come off like older adults writing based on experiences they had with a generation they will never understand. It quite literally seems as though it's just older adults encountering things they think Gen Z does because they had a brief encounter with their nephew or their niece or some other individual that makes up 1 percentile of Generation Z. So, beyond that, Anthony's efforts to figure out what's going on with the Venom goo kept these 6 episodes interesting. So that's all I've seen is 6 episodes. I think this season is supposed to be 8. Unfortunately, the show is spending way too much time on the teenage subplots. And by the subplots, I'm meaning the drama. So what makes it frustrating is most of Anthony's scenes tend to be a source of building suspense as the mystery becomes more intriguing. Yet we continue to drift away to scenes with the youth as Doja Cat, 21 Savage, and Sabrina Cart hits play throughout the scenes. For example, Cece's debate interest is made apparent during episode 1, so scenes then jumping to the past later on dedicated to her debate interest seem unnecessary. If that isn't unnecessary enough, our young cast explores a false lead related to solving this mystery. Now, what's wrong with that, you ask? Well, we already know that they're wasting their time with said lead and must now wait for them to catch on that this is a waste of time. So it's a bit of a chore to sit through. As a result of these odd back and forths between mystery and teen drama, you can expect the scares to be more than inconsistent. It also doesn't help when the dialogue seems to be checking a box. Another issue plaguing modern entertainment, we got the word fascist. A cringy new label for Gen Z, I believe, was screenagers, and even saying that again just it's so cringe. And for some aspects of the screenplay, there are these not so subtle jabs politically. Eventually, though, the mystery takes over the rest of the season, as it should have from the jump. David Schwimmer's work throughout this season is fantastic. I don't think he's dabbled in horror before, correct me if I'm wrong down below, but he really held his own here as Anthony. Anna Ortiz, who for whatever reason I keep remembering from Ugly Betty, I haven't watched Ugly Betty in years, but I think she was on that show. Anna Ortiz is another great addition to the cast as his detective character. She's wonderful, and the way her and Schwimmer bounce back and forth off one another is quite quite good. Their chemistry is amazing. The younger cast do a great job as well, but Schwimmer takes the cake since his scenes help push the mystery forward more than anyone else. He also gets one of the more unsettling scenes earlier on, showing off the solid visual effects featured throughout this season. Okay, I will say this. Despite the visual effects being solid, there is one instance where someone's eyeball is hanging out and it is a little bit laughable. Comical in ways that it shouldn't be, because they clearly were going for a jump scare, and the jump scare just is a laugh out loud moment. And it's like, well, you probably should have gone a bit more practical, because this looks awful. Still, nevertheless, I would say the visual effects overall didn't take me out of the experience. One decision that immediately lost me with this second season is the choice to double down on the bop-filled soundtrack. Look, Goosebumps has never been this ultra scary IP, but it still is gateway horror that has genuine scares throughout it. And playing bops every other scene makes the show appear to have a bit of an identity crisis. Set a tone, set an atmosphere, make it scary. Should it be gateway horror? It doesn't know what it wants to be. Should it be gateway horror, or should it be Disney's modern spin, twisted spin on Degrassi? We'll probably never get an answer to that, but again, it seems like it's having a bit of an identity crisis, not only with season 1's soundtrack choices, but it's carrying over into season 2. Identity crisis aside, Disney just seems desperate to make a lovable IP connect with Gen Z viewers when it comes to the soundtrack choice, as if we don't watch horror unless it includes the latest hit song. So I will go out on a limb and say I'm going to give this season for now a solid 5.5 out of 10. I believe I gave season 1 a 5 out of 10. Again, it's not that much better. I think they need to stop doing Goosebumps like this. They need to do an anthology show the right way. Episodes dedicated to individual books, not these overarching narratives. You can argue, oh, they already did that. Yeah, they did. There's a lot of things they've already done, yet they keep remaking certain other things for no apparent reason. I don't see anything wrong with doing a modern take on the Goosebumps books and dedicating different episodes to each book. I see nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of the older audience like myself who grew up with those books in that show would love to see that, and then share it with the younger generation too. You don't have to do what you're doing right now. It seems like you're just continuously over and over again in Hollywood doing what you think we should want versus what we actually are telling you that we want. But whatever. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Turn on post notification so you never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to all my social media accounts. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there to let me know any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.